Hey, Reed, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Jellicle cats. That's right, besties. Welcome back to an episode of My Emotional Support Besties. I'm here with my cool cat friend, Reed.
Hey, meow. I'm here with my spicy cat
Ooh.
friend, Tori.
Wow. We're back.
Yes, we
Cool
are.
cats. How are you doing?
You know, I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. You're about to head down under.
Down under.
How are you feeling?
Honestly, it hasn't registered yet that I'm going to be on a plane for 15 hours tomorrow.
Fair.
But I'm so excited.
You get to go on a double-decker plane.
I know, y'all. The plane has 2 stories. Not one, but 2. I want to explore.
I can't wait to hear all about it.
I
I also want to know, like, because my thought is first class is on the top, but then I'm like, maybe it's not. Maybe they're really split up. Maybe there's like a first class and an economy on each level.
Well, what if it was like the first class area actually doesn't have an upstairs, so they have like a really tall ceiling?
Ooh,
That's what I would want.
that'd
Nice
be sick.
breathing room. I'm not going to be in first class,
I
obviously.
want to know how much that costs.
I don't know, but if anybody wants to upgrade me, I'll take it.
That's right. That's right. I mean, miracles happen.
Miracles happen once in a while when you believe. Miracles happen.
Great song.
Great movie.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. Also, did you know that came out in 2001?
First grade.
That's crazy.
That's a great.
Because it feels like it was a lot sooner than that for some reason to me.
Like, wait, what do you mean by sooner? Like more recent? Or?
Yeah, like more recent. Like I feel like I wasn't that much of a baby child when it came out.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like I was like 12 when it came out.
Did you read the books?
Yes, I did.
I
And
loved those.
and that's why I've always wanted more because there's so many books and like let's get more.
Aren't they making another one?
I
they've
believe
been rumoring it?
there's some stirrings.
Yes, because I think Anne Hathaway also is supposed to be in Verity.
She is.
She's popping off again, and I love it.
I don't know if she's I don't want to spoil anything. If she's Verity, she's got to be Verity. Because I think is it Dakota Johnson?
Dakota Johnson, I think, is Lowen.
Okay. I think I would have cast Amanda Seyfried as Verity. That's kind of like the
her
vibe.
blonde.
Yeah, that's the vibe I was thinking.
And I don't think Anne's a blonde, so
No.
I don't think they would. I don't think that she would do that.
But boy, she's looking nice.
Boy. Yeah, she
she's
is.
looking real snatched.
She is. The way that I'm like looked the same in 2001 as she currently looks.
I would say better. Yeah, even better.
She's kind of like her, Julia Roberts. Like there's some of these actresses that they get better with age.
They're like a fine wine or a good cheese.
Yes, they look incredible.
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 We are savoring every bit of this episode though because
I know.
these besties are going to be away from each other for 2 weeks. But don't you all worry because we're still gonna come to y'all's ears.
Yeah, we are.
From
Different continents.
different continents, different time, vastly different time zones.
Correct. We do need to calculate that out today.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it all out. But don't you guys worry. I know everybody was probably like, "Oh my god, what am I gonna do?
We're going to have to take a break.
What are we gonna do? How are we gonna function without our emotional
support
besties?" We wouldn't do that to you guys.
Yeah.
We were therapist prescribed. We can't leave you guys high and dry.
Correct.
We are your emotional support besties. We wear the vests when we walk around. Don't touch us.
I think we should.
We're animals in working.
Yes, animals at work.
Animals at
do
work.
not touch.
Do not touch. But
Man,
we'll
that
gab.
is that is so hard to do.
Oh,
And then I look at their little faces and I go, "Oh, but they're working so hard."
And I'm like, what's your paycheck like?
I know.
Yeah.
So
Do they
many
get good
texts.
health insurance?
I hope so.
I hope so too. My favorite joke, one of my favorite jokes ever, is when the canine ones, where like, do dogs see a canine unit, like dog cop, and go, "Oh shit, it's the cops." Why does that give me every time?
It's so good because I
so
really hope in their little brains they recognize like hierarchy like that.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh no, we gotta behave."
Yep.
That
They're like,
dog-
get in line.
Yeah. They're gonna arrest me.
I think we should take Cordy and Ruby's. I don't know where we would find. Maybe they probably do like those fun family days where they have the canine units. We should take Cordy and Ruby and see how they react.
They would end up in jail.
They might.
Because they would not be behaved.
Is dog jail just crates?
So Ruby's in jail every time we leave the house. But she likes her jail because like sometimes she goes into her kennel with unprompted just
independent kennel time.
Yeah. INDEPENDT. Do you know what that means? She's got her own house.
Got her own car.
She pays her own bills. She doesn't. I wish she did.
She does with love.
You're right. You're absolutely
Because sometimes
correct.
I look at dogs and I go, ugh, you freeloader. Especially when they sigh. I'm like, what do you have to be sighing about? And then I'm like, they do pay us.
Yeah. And especially in this economy, those dogs, family pets, they're putting it in work.
They are.
They are putting in overtime
we can
work.
sense the SSRIs are not fully doing it. We are gonna need to cuddle.
We are gonna need to go full force cuddle, licks, and also puppy eyes.
They're like, all right, troops, roll in. The Lexapro has stopped working.
Bark, bark, meow, meow.
Oh, I wish it was that simple.
Sometimes I
really
wish
do.
I was a puppy or something so I could
Oh
just
my God,
feel
yeah.
like the kind of love that you have for an animal. I wish I could feel that kind of love towards me.
Yeah.
Meow.
And just like,
Don't worry, I'm not a furry. But it's okay too if you are.
Hallie sent me a TikTok this morning that's funny of a thing that was like, shout out to the hero that double booked this wedding with a furry convention. And it was like a wedding over here, and then they pan over and a bunch of people. There was like a Pikachu. Oh. There was like a blue dog. Oh my God, it was so funny. The dichotomy of that. I mean, could be a good time.
Could be a great time.
Probably fun wedding guest, you know? You ever crashed a wedding?
I've never crashed a wedding. Have you?
No, I kind of want to.
Okay. I mean, we should.
Yeah, because the thing is, we're really good at being wedding guests, and I think we're also really good with riffing and rolling with it, so I think we could pull it off.
Here's what we'll do. That we can put this in our manifestation list. You know how there's like bridesmaids to hire?
Yes.
Or for hire or whatever?
I've been told I should do that.
I think, well, yeah, you'd be great at that. I think we should be like toast givers for hire.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine us coming up and being like, hey, Stacy and Brian, you two, God, the way you look at each other, and then just boom, riff it out.
Yeah.
Because
we're good at doing the sprinkle a little giggle. Oh, I want to pull you back. Maybe some tears. Maybe some
a little
tears.
tension. Little tension.
Okay,
Boom!
we're feeling tension. Okay, we're gonna sprinkle back in some jokes.
And then we're gonna abruptly end it and be like, shit, we got to get out of here. There's an emergency. And leave people
but right before that,
confused.
We'll start a chant.
Well, we did do that. We did that at friend of the pod, Nicole's wedding. We call her husband Paul. That is not his name. That's not his legal name. What's the other?
It should be.
What's the other thing that I always?
They're gonna say what's his other name, like his legal name.
No.
Ryan.
What's that called when people are like, not God-given name? What's the other thing? It's always so funny. 7 p.m. We're having one drink and just going Paul, and then we're going back to the Airbnb and going to sleep. Sorry.
Yep.
You don't think that's a good time?
Because here's the thing. I will always prefer, because usually I'm not tired when I leave, but I'm like, I would rather leave, go like out in public early to come home, be in my sweats, and just really goof off at home.
I want to get silly goofy at an Airbnb or a hotel. Those are my favorite
Oh my
things.
God. I love a post day out Airbnb, like debrief, goof off.
Agreed.
Like,
wait, hold
Italy.
on. Hold on. I know you're going to go there, but
Yep.
also the reason I first started telling the Paul story.
Oh my God, we didn't get back to that.
I know,
so
but
sorry.
you know what? I'm going to finish that. I got you.
Please finish
So,
it.
any hoodle, we call him Paul. They got married. Beautiful wedding. Great wedding.
Gorgeous. Eucalyptus groves.
So wonderful.
Stunning.
Tori and I, us besties, we gave a speech.
We were co-maid of honors.
Yeah, we were. And we made the whole wedding chant. Pool.
We literally had them. People were standing up.
Yeah, they're standing up. And it was like a
Our
slow
parents
clap.
loved it because they think it's the funniest thing ever, and they call him Paul.
Pool. And
It was a
then
good time.
we convinced somebody then at my wedding too. All the husbands, spouses, partners of people who were in my wedding. I almost said our wedding. I'm like, it's our wedding.
Yes. I mean,
yeah.
Best day of my life, but it wasn't my wedding, so it feels like it.
But all of those guys were like hanging out, and I think it was Morgan's husband Joe who was like, oh yeah, and Paul like was really fun to hang out. And we're like, his name isn't actually Paul, it's Ryan.
He straight up thought it. So then we gave them all nicknames.
Yeah. Any hoodle, that's what we were just saying. Like maybe, if there's some interest, some demand, which we know there will be, of course, you can hire us to give a speech at your wedding. We'll do a slow clap of a nickname that we'll give you that you probably won't want to keep as your nickname, but that's what makes it great. Correct. Anyways, I will now pass the mic back over to my best friend Tori to tell this story about Italy.
So we got this big Airbnb, right? We're like, oh, we're gonna have a villa moment because we knew we were gonna want to have these silly end of the day funs.
And tell the people, why were we in Italy and when was this?
My 30th birthday in October of 2024. It was my dream for years to have a group of people travel with me internationally abroad for my 30th birthday. So the people made it come true.
Of course.
So we're having fun. It's like 2 days into the trip. One of those days was all travel, right? And then it was my birthday. So we're like, we got to stay up till midnight. We got to fight the jet lag. We got to start off the birthday. So we're all sitting, and I have video of this. We should probably show a clip of it somewhere on the Instagram.
Yeah, we can show a little.
The people need it. The people need it. Okay, I reenacted it for my family the other night. They were crying, laughing. So Reed, the thing about Reed is she really loves a particular song.
Oh, God, it's my favorite song.
And that is Mambo Number 5.
Woo!
And if you don't know that song, you've been missing out on culture for years.
You better save it.
Please do yourself a favor. Listen, she has added it to her ADHD hyperfixation playlist. Don't you fret. Okay?
I don't know how it wasn't there to begin with. Huge
I think
miss.
it was like too religious of an experience to even touch, but now you're like, I'm going to need that in the gym. God, just working on my fitness. So we're in the Airbnb. Everyone's splayed out in this big ass living room. We're chilling, whatever.
Exhausted.
So tired. And Reed's like, okay, we got to stay awake. We have like 12 more minutes until midnight. So Reed goes, okay, let's put on a song. We put on Mambo Number 5. This woman proceeds to dance without stopping for over 4 minutes. Mm-hmm. The best part of the entire thing is that I'm videoing. You can hear me wheeze laughing. The video is like so hard. I love nothing more. I'm like, she's just still going. She's still going. Hyping her up. She's doing tap dances. She's doing all kinds of different things. So funny. She's like pretending, she's going downstairs. We're doing all this kind of stuff. Yeah, an elevator. Woo. And then I pan around the room. That's the experience Reed and I are having. Everyone else either looking at their phone, staring at each other like, I don't know what's occurring right now. No one else was into it. I don't understand how no one else was having the experience we were, but that's how you know you're really best friends and that we share a brain.
One brain cell,
because the way that it's one of the happiest moments of my life. It was so funny, but also it was cute because husband John, like, for a while he was just looking at her like, look at that silly girl go, but then even he at some point tapped out and was just on his phone because he's like, okay,
he can only watch me perform for so long considering it is his full-time job.
But I don't get tired of it.
You know what, it's the best thing. I think that's for me, one of the funniest things in my brain is when other people don't think something's funny.
Same.
Like I don't
cringe humor.
I don't know why. I think that's so funny. And like the best is just like when you and I are like, this is so funny. And then crickets, which I'm like, is that what this podcast is? You and I are like, oh my God, this is so funny. People listening, or maybe they just are like, yeah, I'm turning this shit off. Mm-hmm. But they're like, girls, you aren't funny. But it's okay. We're doing it for us. And it's almost like we're trapped in a room with laughing gas.
Yes.
And everybody else is on the outside. There's a plexiglass. They can see us. And they're like, what the fuck?
Correct. And I feel like I have to like tamper down that version of myself when I'm not with you. Or if I'm like in other settings, like work. Like I'm not going to do that in every setting at work. So this is a great outlet.
It really is. I know I noticed it when I was in Mexico without you. So sad. And oh my God, like I literally can't register that I'm going to be away from you for 2 weeks. Jeez.
I mean, we were going
Jesus Christ, Matthew.
I got to share that with people too. It's my favorite stim right now. We were only apart for
10 days.
We were only apart for 4 days this last week, and I feel like we went feral Monday night. We didn't go to bed till like 1:30, and it was a school night.
Oopsie poopsie.
We were running around upstairs putting Ruby in pajamas. It was crazy.
But when I was in Mexico,
Yeah.
things were making me crack up in my little noggin. I'd be walking by myself just and then at one point my friend Omar goes, Reed, you say what if a lot, and it's typically about dogs, because I kept being like, what if this dog just came up and attacked us? And then I would just start chuckling to myself, and nobody was there to get it. And I was like, you know what, if I just had my laugh companion, oh my god, that's what you are, you're my laugh companion. My lifetime laugh companion.
That's the new platonic soulmate.
Fuck yeah. But if it was just like us giggling and then everybody else looking at us like, you guys are not well, love it.
But the thing is that I think that is unique and special about us is that we go on long enough and get into it so much that then people just end up buying in and laughing with us, because it's like indescribable joy and it's infectious.
Indescribable feeling. Okay, I'm sorry. Something's happening right now though for me, and I'm gonna have to interrupt us.
Please.
You have a coffee cup right there.
Yeah.
The smell is so good, and like
it's
desperately need to have a sip. It's sorry.
Kind of cold. I'm gonna warn you.
That's okay, but like
cinnamon vanilla. It's a little sweeter than I wanted.
That's a very beige cream coffee, but I bet it's good.
I put collagen powder in it too, which is why I think it's beigey.
Oh, that tastes like horchata coffee. I like that.
It's that cinnamon, girl.
I'm sorry, I know
ASMR,
but people hate that. What's that?
Misophonia.
Yeah,
I typically have it, but I think if I can mentally prepare, I'm fine with it.
Oh, I'm starting to stim. I'm sorry.
Oh, I wanted to bring up one more thing that I found this week that was a throwback before we get into our emotional support things.
Okay.
I was scrolling through my reels the other night.
Okay.
And out popped a man that I forgot about. Do you remember the hit television TLC show What Not to Wear?
Yeah, of course.
Do you remember Michael the hairdresser?
Oh, I can't picture what he looks like, but I do remember.
A British man, maybe Australian, British.
I remember there was the makeup artist girl. She was always so sweet and kind, and then there was the hairdresser.
Here, I'll show you.
Please show me right now. Oh, he's not British.
I want to get rid of a lot of this, a lot. I want to let this natural curl come out.
He's like Irish,
Scottish, something. He literally does such a bad job.
Aww.
I mean, and the look on this woman's face at the end of it, when he's like, "Do you love it?"
And she's like,
she's like, "Oh!" He like chops all of her hair off.
Oh, it's kind of like
Oh, it's really bad. Look at her face. She's so mad.
Oh, she's gonna cry. And what is that makeup?
So mad. Yeah, he did.
They just aged her like 15 years.
Yeah, and they did a full eyeliner all the way dark around her eyes. Anyways, that was like a throwback for me because he is a part of that show. I completely forgot. I did find out they're bringing back that show, but they're doing it in a body positive way.
Yes.
And it's like, what do you want to wear or something like that?
It's like wear whatever you want or wear whatever the hell you want or something
and so
like
they're just like, they're just having fun with people with their like personal style.
So, okay, that's great.
Clinton and Stacy.
Yeah.
Is that their names?
Yes, it is. But
she still have that Grace birthmark.
Yeah. But here's just like something that came to my mind with this. At first I'm like, oh, cool. Like, let's be real. I'm going to watch it. Like,
same. I need for nostalgia's sake.
I'm going to watch it. But then it was almost like I had this thought where I'm like, y'all really wrecked a lot of people's self-esteem.
1,000%. So, they were so mean.
Could we have this same concept of the new show, but like different people that like didn't traumatize us because they were so mean?
I completely agree.
And
I'd be so scared to go on that show.
I feel like they really were part of the like that thin culture during that time of like your gut
severe
and your
fat
muffin
phobia.
top and like you gotta hide this and that's not flattering and stuff. And so it's like, let's get some new voices in the room.
1,000%.
Also,
you think they're gonna bring Michael back?
Didn't they have a fallout? I think they didn't speak
too.
for a long time and now they're back together. And you know what?
Forgiveness.
I'd rather watch Queer Eye. The new
Same.
one, not the old one, because those guys were also mean.
Assholes.
Yeah.
They were really mean.
They were so mean. Let's just
What
all be
was the
nice.
one guy, the blonde guy?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he had the biggest career after that.
He did. He still does stuff.
Yeah.
But I just like to cry to Queer Eye. Oh,
Same.
God.
And it also makes me realize, too, like, the things that we were absorbing that were fat phobic without even realizing it. Like, I think it was just so normalized because it wasn't, like, point blank, like, at us. But we were absorbing them saying that about other people's bodies.
Oh, my God.
Which is
Anytime
crazy.
you get, like, one of those reels or TikToks where it's like, oh, why do I feel this way about my body? And then it's, like, a montage of stuff from, like, when we were kids. It's wild. Like, when they would call Nicole Richie the chubby one from Simple Life, and it's like, dude, she's
like 115 pounds.
so small.
Yeah, or less.
Or Jessica Simpson, when they called her chubby when she was performing that one time. Britney Spears. I'm like, none of these people have ever
and stop commenting on people's bodies. Like, the fact that that was normalized too is so weird.
It's so disgusting.
It's like, how about we talk about their talent?
Yes. It's just cheap shots and not interesting. And
no, it's honestly, and the people commenting are usually people that hate themselves.
Well, that's all
So
judgment
it's to make
ever
yourself
is.
Feel better. Yeah,
judgment is always a reflection of you, and if you're the one judging, it's the reflection of the judger, not the judgy.
1,000%. But I feel like there was a lot of narrative that was not wanting to draw attention to that now, and thank God we know these things now.
I did just see a really great reel that was like, yes, yes, yes. Where this woman was like, I prescribe to the type of feminism where we're not going to like shit on men for balding or like talk about their bodies. Like, it's not that we need to do what was done to us to the opposite sex.
Yep.
It's like, no,
1,000%.
everybody deserves to have like compassion and love and empathy and stuff. And it's like, yeah, this whole culture, I know like we joke about men. It's mostly the emotional side, not their like,
yes, like who they actually
are and how they're treating people.
Yes.
Choices
they're making,
how they're treating people, and also the societal like lack of expectation or accountability, not the actual guys, except for the ones who of course didn't ask you a single freaking question at
correct
speed dating, which again, their actions. But the whole culture of like, let's like make fun of men's looks, like no, we also don't even need to like, don't do that. Yeah.
Also, let's normalize and hype up, because these are so satisfying. Men getting those toupees,
those are my favorite videos. I'm having a little bit more of this coffee.
Please
so I'm
do.
so sorry, but I'm going to
please. I feel like though it's just extremely satisfying and really sweet, their reactions.
They deserve that.
They deserve it. They're feeling themselves. Women have been getting extensions and other cosmetic procedures with their hair for how many years? Why do men, to your point, men shouldn't feel ashamed of doing something if it's going to make them feel better?
Yes.
Freaking go for it, dude.
I am 1,000% for those hair pieces. Like, pop off to the toupee industry for figuring it out.
Yes,
because
that
it was
toupee queen. I think that's what she.
Yes,
what
I
she
love
is. She's
her
so good.
videos. I just think back to like the toupees when we were kids, where it was like it just looked like a mop on top of people's heads.
Well, they would just plop them on, but now it's like a full piece. Like it's
so
glued
beautiful.
on. It lasts for weeks.
And also,
and she does the haircut around it too, so it looks so natural.
Yeah.
I did see one the other day where which it was intentional, because you really just got to trust the process.
Yeah.
She left like a little curly cue at the front, but really shaved the rest of it. And I was like, what the hell? But it was really good because it centered the hair on his natural hairline.
Ooh.
Because he kind of had the widow's peak, and then receding past. It worked. Because then it was a piece of like natural hair that curled in at the
magician.
I know.
And for those of you who are listening that don't know what this is, it is like modern toupees where they the hairdresser will shave the guy's top of head all the way down, and then they glue it on, and they last like 4 months. They then cut like whatever remaining hair they have to go with this hair, and it looks so natural.
It's so good.
And
it's fun because she'll ask them, kind of like how I feel like women, we do it at the hairdresser, right? I used to bring in so many pictures of Reese Witherspoon as a kid for hair inspiration.
Yeah, you did.
Which we do not have the same hair. I don't know why I would do that. Anyways, you know, you bring in your inspo. You know, you got your Pinterest board, right? And then she'll be like, all right, like any styles you're seeing that feel exciting to you? Like it's fun. It's like hyping up. And I think it's breaking down that toxic masculinity too. Where it's like you can have fun with how you look and your appearance and feeling sexy and confident. Like so sweet. I love it.
I love it so much. And they look amazing. And you're right. Their reactions are so adorable.
Yep.
Love it. We support it. Men, if you are wanting to do that, do it. Pop off. Look
why
cute
not?
with it.
And please go to Toupee Queen and then have a video made because I'll watch that for hours.
Yes. When we finished recording the pod last week, there was something I totally forgot I wanted to tell you. That's just like a small little story that I just wanted to tell you. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to hold it in. I'm going to wait. And I'm going to tell you live on the pod.
I did hear you say as you came down that you had something you forgot about.
Yeah. So like, I guess this is now 2 weeks. I was telling John, I was like, I have a nickname that I want you to call me, and I want everybody to start calling me.
Oh, no, not a self-chosen
nickname.
And
that's exactly what his reaction was. He was like, you can't freaking choose your nickname. I was like, but it's a nickname like
if he could, he wouldn't have chosen the one we gave him.
No, that's for sure. We call him Janet. But you know what? I want this nickname to be mine. I wanted it to stick, and he said absolutely not. And the nickname... I think it's really relevant. I think it really captures my essence and my personality. And it's an alliteration.
Okay.
Rascal. I just want to be Rascal.
You are a little rascal.
Exactly. And so...
You know who else is a little rascal?
Ruby. I know.
So that feels perfect.
So then I'm like...
Redhead rascals.
I'm like, I want to be called Rascal. And John's like, well... What, like Rascal Flats? Seriously? And I was like, no, like a little rascal. Like I'm silly goofy.
Like alfalfa.
I'm a rascal. And he's like, absolutely not. I'm not calling you that. You can't give yourself a nickname. And also Rascal just makes me think of Rascal Flats. So then because of this...
bless the broken road that led me straight to you, rascal.
That's right. So then like the whole week I kept being like Rascal, like trying to bring it up, and then we were taking
like he's sleeping and you're just like leaning over him while he's
Rascal.
Reed is Rascal.
Remember Rascal. And this also began because I can't remember if I was talking to you or Kiara about these glasses. Maybe it was when we were all together. The first time we put on, for those of you listening, since episode 7 or 8, we've been wearing 9. Since episode 9, we've been wearing these fun glasses whenever we record because it just feels like it's our thing now.
It like locks us in.
Yeah. And to me, that's Rascal mode. When I got these glasses on, I'm Rascal. It's an alter ego. And so I could walk around, and if I put these glasses on out in the real world, I'm Rascal. I'm not Reed. You can't blame Reed. And so I'm joking about Rascal. He's hating every time I bring it up. Then we're taking the dogs for a walk. And they were being little rascals. And I'm like, they're such rascals. And John's like, yeah, no. Like he almost is like, yeah. Then the craziest thing happened. We're walking. We're going... like kind of towards home, but then I was like, I kind of want to go off this way. Like, look at this little like weird intersection park thing. We walk through this park. There is a bulletin board in the park, and there is a sign really big that says Little Rascal Dog Training. And I was like,
get out.
I was like, it's
universe
meant
sign
to be.
Yep.
So that was just confirmation for me that my name is Rascal. Hi. Nice to meet you. I'm Rascal.
Rebranding.
And
it's your stage name.
That's my stage name. I'm going to update my IMDb tomorrow. And
perfect.
The dogs are also Rascal. And anybody can also be Rascal because it is not just a nickname. It's a way of life. It's a culture. It's, a vibe.
I love that.
So you can be
Do
Rascal.
Do you think there's a distinction between being feral and being a rascal?
Yes.
Okay.
Feral, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
But
anything can happen when you're feral, but Rascal, she's a little more in control.
Rascal,
Rascal's just trying to get laughs.
Exactly.
Feral's trying to get laughs, but they'll go to any length.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've seen it happen.
We have seen it happen.
I like this because I feel like, especially in the last week, because I feel like I've just been in a silly, goofy mood this week. I feel like I keep saying I'm being feral. Like, I'm like, oh, we were being feral. We were running around. We were being silly, goofy. Rascal feels more appropriate.
Because here's the thing. Feral, to me,
Reckless.
so unhinged. Feral, to me, is like, it's chaos. It's uncouth. And it's also, feral is when you're inebriated. I'll say that. Because there's no limits.
Last week.
Yeah, you were feral last week. You were. But rascal, there is still some control and there is still some wherewithal.
I like this.
But you are silly goofy. So you and I, rascal.
Flats.
No flats. Pumps. Rascal pumps.
Or the
Rascal sneakers.
Rascal stiletto.
Rascal
trainers.
tennis shoes.
The rascal trainers.
Rascal Crocs.
Oh, I love a Croc. Remember when Crocs weren't cool, and now, thank God, because I love mine. I was a big... They're so convenient.
They're great.
And I love a gibbet.
Ugh, I wish the dogs didn't eat my gibbets.
R.I.P.
They murdered my weenie dog gibbets.
They murdered my weenie gibbet.
Yeah.
Damn it. Let's talk about what brought us emotional support this week. And I'll keep it brief because we have a really good...
I can't wait for the surprise.
Yeah. But something that brought me emotional support this week, I feel like we've really been on a train of nostalgia, which is fun because this was kind of what it was. Outdoor movie nights, because we started to get real warm weather this week, which I love. So a friend of the pod, Kiara, hosted an Ella Enchanted outdoor movie.
Great film.
And it was healing to girlhood, I think, a little bit to sit. It was all women. Shout out to David. He did help make sure the projector was working correctly. I saw it briefly when I got there, and then he let us have our space. We love that. So we had girlhood time watching Ella Enchanted. Speaking of Anne Hathaway, great film. I think that she's a little bit of a rascal in that movie.
Yeah.
It's a fun time. Brought me back to when I was young watching that movie and in love with Hugh Dancy.
Who?
The man who plays Prince Charmant.
Oh, really?
Also, Prince Charmant is so funny to me. That is such a funny way to do Prince Charming.
What else was he in? Anything? Nothing off the top of your head.
No, I think I looked it up and it was like random stuff. Like
Where is he
appeared
today?
in like NCIS and stuff. Married to Claire Danes and just living his
He's
best
married
life.
to Claire Danes?
Yeah.
Wow. Good for him.
They've been married since 2009. They're
Pop
sticking it out.
off.
That's pretty long Hollywood style. Okay.
I'm proud of them.
I am too. He's cutie. But yeah, that brought me delight because we were out in the sun and the sun was setting, and it was wild too because it was like the sun isn't fully setting until like 9 o'clock now, and so it was like we kind of did have to wait a while to start the movie because you couldn't see it because of the sun, and just being underneath the trees on picnic blankets. Yeah, it just was really nice, and I was like, okay, I typically am not someone who's actually that stoked for summer because I don't like being hot, but this year I am ready.
Well, spring is the best.
It really is. Well, we actually got a spring this year, which like global warming, but I'll take the sun.
Yeah, we kind of need it right now just for the vitamin D and the happiness that it brings.
But yeah, I forgot Heidi Klum makes an appearance in that movie as one of the giants, which is really fun. But the way too that those giants are dressed, do you remember the Somebody to Love when they go to that bar?
Well, that's what I was going to bring up.
The crocheted tops, the crocheted beanies. I remember thinking those girls were so cool.
They are.
Like, so, yeah, and you know what's funny is I feel like that some of that fashion's coming back around enough that when I was watching that scene,
like, I'll wear it.
I was like, I'm still into that look. It's so fun.
It's giving Coyote Wild.
1,000%.
Yeah.
You mean Coyote Ugly? Girls Gone Wild, Coyote Ugly combo.
I mean, maybe kind of together.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Coyote Ugly. It's giving that, like, which maybe was a reference for that bar scene.
It might have been. It's giving like fairy tale Coyote Ugly.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, that's what actually was going to pop in my head. What was going to? It did. I can't control
I'm
it.
making it pop in my head now.
Pop, 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 pop. But Ella Enchanted always just makes me think of Somebody to Love because when they sing that, loved it so much that my parents every once in a while they would rent this karaoke machine or would borrow it from somebody. I don't know. It was a really fancy karaoke machine set up. And anytime my song was always Somebody to Love. And I always loved doing Find Me Somebody to
Yes, when
love.
the Giants back her up and do
Mm-hmm.
that. So fun. But also, somebody said we were watching it, which was really funny because I never thought of it. They were like, the way that Anne Hathaway's, like the way that Ella, they're just like, sing for us. She could have done Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
And she popped
She
off.
went for freaking Freddie Mercury. She's like, I'm going straight to Queen.
Do you think Freddie existed in that universe?
No.
Or was this her own song?
Well, that's what I was thinking too. It was
Mhm.
giving the astonishment from everyone was that she made it up in the moment. Also, the dancing was so funny, and they go, give it some soul.
I love it.
So her voice goes a little bit deeper, and then the dancing gets a little less ballet. But I'm like, that was their interpretation of giving it soul. So funny. I loved it.
That movie has a great soundtrack.
Oh my God, it does.
Yeah, it really does.
It really does. And some great looks. She's turning looks in that movie.
She is. Wow. Now I need to watch it because I missed the outdoor movie night for the thing that brought me emotional support this week.
Okay.
So that night was Thursday. Typically on Thursdays, I have class from what time? 6:30 to 8:30. And my class was canceled. And so I was like,
For the
woo,
sun.
free night. And Janet, husband John, he Thursday night,
Local rascal, whether he wants to be or not.
local rascal, he had softball, typically has softball every Thursday during the spring. It got canceled. So all of a sudden,
Stars aligned.
stars align, husband and wife, free to hang out. So we did a little date night where we took a walk over to New Seasons and got all the fixings for a picnic. And then we walked over to a park that overlooks the city. And we had a cute little date night picnic. And it was so amazing and wonderful. And it made me so happy because there were so many people out. And they were all having a blast. And there was this group next to us sitting around a little table just singing abracadabra. Like the whole...
Was it a coven?
It kind of seemed that way. And I
Did
kind of
they bring the table, or was the table property of the park?
They brought it, but it was like a lap table. Like they were all eating off of it. It was brilliant.
Cool. I
So
want
smart.
that.
They also had I think they had like a little fire thingy like they were like
Like a solo stove?
yeah, like a little tiny solo stove where they were
Whoa.
like roasting some food
Some weenies?
basically.
Wow.
But it gave me an idea of something for these two little rascals right here. What we're going to do, because I'm looking around. People are cracking up. They're on their picnic blankets having the best time of their lives. They're making jokes. I'm overhearing jokes. And I'm like, wow.
I love eavesdropping on people's humor.
I do too. And like people were having a good time. And it just made me go, these people, they need to be our besties.
They need us.
The people need us. No, we need them.
Yep.
And so I'm going to convince Tori Lynn here to come with me to the park. And we're going to go just introduce ourselves to strangers and tell about the pod.
So in.
And hopefully, you know, maybe we get some new besties and we can provide some additional emotional support and love to some new fellow laughers.
I think that we rent Nike bikes.
Oh, I love the Nike bikes.
We just cruise around too, and then just stop at every park we pass and do this.
Okay. I also made a purchase.
Oh.
I made a
Oh, yeah,
purchase
you did.
of like the little microphones.
Tiny mics.
Well, they're like the ones that clip onto you,
Mhm.
and then like you can film
So we
on
can go live.
your phone. And so we'll bring like friend of the pod Kiara with us or something. She can, because she's also our producer, and she can film our interactions, you know, with consent.
Of course. We'll make people sign waivers.
Yeah, we walk around with waivers. I mean, yeah.
I hope we end up, well, I don't like exploiting kids, obviously. We
No.
can cover their face, but I hope we end up with some like really cute moments like that recess therapy show
Oh,
when
I
he'd wander
love
around and talk to little
those.
kids.
I love
I
those.
love them.
What was so funny though, then last night I'm hanging out. We were at a birthday party last night, and we're all hanging out, and one of my friends goes, "Yeah, you know, when weird things happen to you these days, you just never know." Like I look around for a camera because everybody's trying to get content, and I was like,
Yes.
So me and Tori are actually going to start filming some content of us talking to strangers in the park.
Mm-hmm. We're bringing back the hidden camera shows.
But in a good way.
Yeah,
because
we're not going to do weird things to people. It's just going to be fun and uplifting and goofy.
Hell yeah.
Rascals.
Hell yeah, brother.
Here come, and then we want to become people to picture people like recognize them. It's like, oh shit, here comes the Rascals. Go!
That's exactly the picture, mental picture I have. And you know what? We'll have the glasses on. So, and then when we take them off, it's like, okay, we're serious now.
Yep.
Don't worry, we're not rascals anymore.
I think that'll be a good, it'll help us really lock into the, we're doing it.
Yeah.
We're leaning in.
We are
And it probably will make people realize, too, that it's, a kind of jokey and fun.
Yeah.
Or they'll be like, those glasses are cute.
They are. Amazon.
Cute. That's right. That's right. The kids are wearing them.
And
you
the
were
kids
talking
are
about
us.
That's right. When you were talking about the table, it made me think of, remember that cool pop-up table my parents had that we'd use for lemonade stands?
Yes.
The red one?
Yes.
It was really cool. It's looks almost like a briefcase, and then somehow it pops out to this whole ass table. The chairs are attached. There's an umbrella attachment.
When you said the chairs, you kind of said it like, her eyes were gouged out.
Yes.
Her limbs were...
Her legs were cut off.
Yeah.
Her arms were cut off. Oh, look, it's Ruby.
Oh.
She can see us.
Ruby is staring at us through a window right now.
Oh,
I'm sorry you
she
guys
didn't
can't
want to
see
leave.
it.
She didn't want to leave earlier. She was down here, and she wanted to be with the girls. She wanted to be Rascal.
Because she's full-time Rascal.
Oh, she really is.
Okay, what did... we
have a combined something we needed emotional support.
Something made us jointly need emotional support. And let me just tell you, I will give you guys some clues. I'm just going to name off some names to see if, you can kind of figure out what it was that made us need emotional support. And these are just some names here. To start, Rebel Wilson, Jason Derulo, Taylor Swift, Jennifer Hudson, James Corden, Ian McKellen?
Sir Ian McKellen.
Sir Ian McKellen. Idris Elba, did I already say that? Dame Judi Dench. If you haven't figured it out by now, what made us need emotional support was Cats. The movie. The 2018 production of Cats.
Not the Broadway musical, the live action film.
I had never seen it.
I had gotten 30 seconds into it
And
a couple
couldn't.
years ago and said, please turn it off. I can simply not enjoy this. But also, please sound off in the comments if you were able to guess it based on those names, because we want to know who is that acutely aware
Who's
of the film.
dedicated.
Yeah.
And when we were talking about this, we were like, that feels like such a fever dream. Oh my gosh, let's put it on. We watched, we'll be honest, we didn't watch the whole thing. And
I don't know that anyone can.
part of it we watched at 1.5 speed.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like a fever dream. And let's just say, you don't need to watch it.
No.
But it made me upset.
Yep. And dare I say, the Broadway production is kind of fun. It's kitschy, it's campy, but it's real people in front of you, not looking weird and CGI'd.
Yeah,
the voices are good.
I don't okay, here's my 2 cents on it. Okay. Have you seen the musical Lion King?
I have not, and it's on my list. I might go to it in August.
And neither have I.
Okay.
John has seen it 4 times.
Where has he seen this?
Just in
He's
Cleveland.
I was like, he just has been flying to New York.
No.
Gotta go.
He's like, the one and only musical I've ever seen is Lion King.
I mean, that's a pretty good one to see.
I know. I want to see it. But, okay. So
oh my gosh. She's still there. Sorry. Ruby keeps coming back and it's really cute.
Oh. Okay, but think about, you've seen commercials. Okay. So the musical Lion King, it is people obviously dressed as animals.
Yes.
But then when they did the live action, it was not
humans.
people on their hands and knees. However, when that did come out,
I thought it might be.
Do you remember when I was like, wait, Beyonce's in it? She's just going to crawl around? And I was so confused. And then they're voice actors.
Thank God.
Thank God. Why didn't they do that for Cats?
It was deeply disturbing.
And they try to make some cats sexy.
Oh.
Like, why did Taylor Swift's character still have her boobas and
I
her
didn't
hips
like
and
1 second of it. I feel like too, like I wrote down this note because I simply don't understand, like, big plot hole. Sometimes they're walking around on 2 feet like humans, and then all of a sudden they're just fucking on 4 feet, scampering away. What?
it
Hello?
doesn't make any sense.
I did see the Broadway production when I was 7. My grandparents took me to the traveling Broadway, or the Broadway tour of Cats, and I remember really liking it, but also being a little scared because
It's a little scary.
they're in their cat costumes and then they come out into the crowd,
Oh,
and we had like
spooked.
orchestra seats like near an aisle, so I really like came by me and I was like, "Ooh!"
They're gonna give you cat
Yeah, it's a
scratch
little
fever.
scary.
Is that
I was
song
like,
from
"Oh."
it? Cat scratch fever.
I don't
Is it?
think so.
No, I don't think so either.
But the inconsistency in which they were performing, it just was, that was feral.
That's
Chaos.
feral. That's inappropriate. And we'll just so for those of you listening who are like, I literally don't care or know anything about this, let's just give them
You literally don't need to watch it because we're going to tell you about it.
we're gonna tell you about it in your own word story. What's this movie about?
Well, can I tell you what? Actually, yeah, this is basically what it is. Okay, I wrote this down.
I love it.
This is West Side Story,
Yes.
but everyone took mushrooms
Yep.
and then they made it about cats.
Yep.
And then they thought, let's pick the one person who could pull off the song Memories, Jennifer Hudson, and we're just going to throw her on in there.
Yeah.
That's basically the movie.
Yeah. It is.
It was everyone who was in a potentially a desperate space to be in a live action Broadway film.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't play out how they wanted it to.
They spent $95 million on this film and they needed to spend more because the CGI was shit. And
Or less, and then not let it happen.
yeah, and just not make it happen. But I remember too, like, this was like big James Corden. What did he have? The late night show or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was like big time when like that was like the biggest show. And I remember them like being really secret about cats and it being like, holy shit. Because
It was a big deal.
Dame Judi Dench.
Yeah, who convinced
Idris
her? I want to know.
Elba?
I bet most of that $95 million went towards convincing her this was a good idea.
Yeah. I'm sorry for those of you who are like, again, don't know what we're talking about. And you think about Dame Judi Dench. Yes, she
Signing off on this.
She was a cat, walking, talking, singing cat. In
I would
a
also
movie.
like to sprinkle into something else that was part of the storyline, was the story of Jesus a little bit.
Oh,
I feel like because there was like a sacrifice.
okay, yeah. See,
It does feel like there's a weird like
and
magical supernatural
old Deuteronomy.
Yeah, they call it when they got old
I
Deuteronomy.
think that was Idris.
So like somehow the white evangelical church made its appearance in Cats too, is what it felt like.
And essentially, the whole movie, the plot is just these jellicle cats. That's what they're called, the jellicle cats. They are just introducing themselves.
It's basically
The
like
whole
a
movie.
90-minute Real Housewives introduction. Like they each get their clip.
Yes.
But it's extended. No one asked for it.
Yeah. 100%.
It's their villain backstory with exaggerated musical numbers.
And they all want to be the cat that like dies
yeah, why do you want to be the sacrifice?
because apparently it's about new beginnings and a fresh start and redemption. But
Jesus.
yeah, I just maybe we're not the audience. Maybe we're
But
the
who is?
I don't know who is, but
If these rascals aren't, who is?
what was the Rotten Tomatoes
It was
score for
probably-
this? Because
Speaking of James Corden too, the thought I had too, because shortly after this, his show ended.
was it because he was a cat?
Do you think he is living in such deep shame that he
No,
thought,
I think they liked
I
it.
can't continue on with my show.
I think they like really liked it. Where even is this? I need cats. Oh my
can't.
god.
What?
19%.
That is
Whoa.
savage. Speaking of
Despite
Jason
its
Derulo.
formidable cast.
Oh no.
This Cats adaptation is a clawful mistake that will leave most viewers begging to be put out of their
Yeah.
misery. Yeah.
I give this review a 19%. Too kitschy.
Yeah. So, we're here to say, save your time. Don't watch it. You're good. You're good.
I have a question. Rebel Wilson was wearing a fursuit that she unzipped.
Oh, I hated that part.
Can cats be furries?
I mean, if you put a cat costume on a cat. Okay, my question. Jason Derulo had a British accent.
Why?
Why? What was that choice? And then when he sang, no accent.
I'm glad to see that his college acting degree is paying off.
Was he? Oh, he's a theater kid.
He went to an acting college that Nicole Byer went to, the comedian. And she talks about how he was there around the same time she was. And she talks about how different their careers went, which is really funny to me. But yeah. So there you go. If you didn't know that about Jason Derulo, he went to acting college.
Beluga Heights. Remember how like his thing was Jason Derulo? Yes. Beluga Heights. I think that's what they said.
I don't remember. That's
Is that not what they said? Oh no, that's why I've always Beluga Heights. That's what I always thought that his thing said. And watch, it's not going to be that. No, yeah, Beluga Heights Records. Okay, cool.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are they referring? This makes a lot of sense.
It was kind of like the.
Where is Beluga Heights?
It's like a record
made-up thing.
No, it's like a record label.
Oh, that is?
Yeah, What You Say, and it was Beluga. Yeah.
Do what you say.
That we only have one. All right. What's the surprise you have for me?
Oh yes, I have a surprise segment. Thanks for listening to our rant about cats.
Don't watch it.
If you want to have a crazy night, watch it. But besides that, waste your time.
Pass.
We're gonna play a game called Hot or Not.
Okay.
And I feel like it's going to be fun because I feel like it's going to be almost more like rapid fire fuck, marry, kill like we did last time. And I can't wait to see because some of these I'm like, I don't know what she's going to say to this.
Ooh.
And I have categories.
Okay.
So there's like 4 or 5 per category.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you something. Feel free to comment on them too. It doesn't need to be rapid fire. So if you really have a thought on it.
Okay, good. Because remember how good I am at rapid fire. Oh wait, really quick intermission there.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, when I was out to drinks with all the people from one of my acting classes, and I was telling them about the rapid fire thing, and I was like, "Yeah, guys, no, like it's so hard. Like you don't understand how hard it is." And I was like, try it." And then I was like saying words, and they were like instantly, and they were really good at it. And then they were like, "You try again, Reed." And I couldn't do it. So something's wrong with me. I think I need a brain scan.
I think we just keep doing it and we train our brains to think quicker. I think this is good for us. It's really good for us. Okay, take that sip. Okay, so the segment is hot or not. So you're just going to say hot or not, and you can do it quickly. You can think on it for a second like we did fuck, marry, kill.
Okay.
Anything you feel like you want to give a background on, we'd love to hear it.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
The first topic is going to be pop culture and celebrities.
Gray.
The first
I just said gray. Because I was going to say okay, and I was going to say gray. And I said gray.
Remember Grieg?
Grieg. Cousin Grieg.
Okay. Pete Davidson removing all of his tattoos.
Not.
Okay. Timothy Chalamet with facial hair.
No. Not.
Reality TV villains.
Not.
Nepo babies.
Not.
Celebrity Notes app apologies on Instagram.
No, not.
Those make me angry.
Nothing has been hot for me. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
You know why? I'll say something about the Celebrity Notes. Well, you know what always really pisses me off?
Make it
the
pretty.
cursor is still in there.
Yeah.
At the end of it. Like they just screenshot.
Wait. Oh, I see what you mean. The like line that blinks.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Next one. Fashion and beauty.
Okay.
Crocs with socks.
Hot.
Tiny sunglasses.
Hot.
Nail art with 3D charms.
Not.
Faux freckles.
Hot.
Can be.
It depends.
Yeah. Now, tattooed faux freckles.
Not.
Lip liner that's darker than your lipstick.
I'm going to say it depends, but for me, it's a not.
Okay. Love it.
But I also have like my lip, the shape of my lips, it doesn't work well for lip liner. I'm not a lip liner girl because I just got weird shaped lips. Don't look too close. Please don't. Thanks.
It can be hot or not depending on the person.
If you have nice, luscious lips, sure. Hot. Not
Love
mine.
it. Okay. Food and drink.
Mm-hmm.
Pickles on pizza.
Hot.
Charcuterie boards for dinner.
Hot.
Mm-hmm. Ranch on everything.
Depends on the everything.
Sharing your lollipop with your partner.
Not. That's mine.
Biting string cheese.
No. Don't.
She's
no.
a peeler.
You gotta peel the string cheese.
You gotta
Peel.
peel it.
Banana.
Okay, here's a question. Do you take bites of your Baby Bell or peel off pieces of it and eat it?
I bite my Baby Bell, and then I play with the wax.
Hell yeah. And then it stains your sheets. Okay. Dating and social life.
Okay.
Matching outfits with your partner.
Hot. So hot. Love to match. Love. When John and I wear the same outfit, I go, we're twin sisters. And
That's how Janet came to be.
he really hated it for the longest time. He's like, don't say that, don't. And now when we wear matching outfits and he notices first, he goes, twin sisters. And I love it.
It's so fun. Sending voice notes on dating apps.
Oh, like on the profile?
Yeah.
No.
Thank you.
Delete it.
Why does he have immediate
It's
ick?
like, oh my God. The only good that comes of that is, I will say, when husband John and I started dating, we are a dating app success story. That's so cool, right? It was pre-voice memos on the dating app profiles. And I will say, I was really, I liked him so much, but I hadn't heard his voice yet. And I had this thought where I was like, if he has a gross voice, it could give me the ick and then I won't like him. And then he sent me a video of him talking. Not because I said, what's your voice sound like? But he just he was in Cambodia on a trip and he sent me a video of hey, how's it going? Take a look how beautiful this is. And I heard his voice and I was like, hot. So that's the one good thing about the voice memos is you do get a sense of do I find their voice attractive?
Yep.
But the things they're saying in it immediately give me the ick. I'm sorry. A woman can do it.
Agreed.
A woman can do anything.
Soft launching a relationship.
Hot. I like that. I like the mystery of
The
it.
tease.
I'm like,
It infuriates me.
Oh, really? I love it. I think it's so fun.
Because I'm also if you're soft launching it, just launch it.
But I don't know. I like a little mystery.
Are they dating? Maybe. Are they just friends? We don't know.
Who's that hottie with that person? Okay.
Just don't do the a man's hand on a table with next to your coffee and then everybody's like, ooh.
No.
Soft launching in my head is they're in pictures you're posting or something and it's who's that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sort of soft launched John because I remember I put an Instagram story where it was breakfast at a restaurant and it cut off at his neck. And so it was just a guy sitting with food. And I remember he saw it and he was like, why is my face?
Oh.
But then I posted a photo
You're
of us.
hey world, here's Janet. Venmo stalking.
What's that?
Scrolling through Venmo and seeing what everybody's up to.
Oh.
Or some people use it as another social media rabbit hole, to check on what someone's up to.
Wait, what? What does that mean?
They'll be are they paying other girls for stuff? Are they?
Oh, I mean, yeah, if you need to check on your mans, it's a good place to check.
Usually when I get in Venmo, literally without even thinking about it, I'll just start scrolling through. I want to see what everyone's paying for. My stuff's all private.
Mine's private, and also, I don't know that mine goes to the feed. Mine's always how you give the monies.
Oh, mine opens to the feed.
Or maybe mine does, and that's interesting. Okay, now I feel like I need to take a look. I do feel like when I have seen the feed, the people that come up are the most random people that I'm how did my phone connect me with these people? I know these people by a whisper. You know what I mean? I barely know them.
Correct. Who they choose is important, is interesting.
I'm what is this person that I went to middle school with who I haven't seen since the last day of 7th grade paying this other person that I don't know? I don't care.
Completely agree.
Not interested.
Posting gym selfies.
Hot for women, not for men.
Yep.
If you're a woman, please post your gym selfies. I'm obsessed.
They're not going to be cringy, I bet.
And also, pop off. You make me feel motivated. You're looking good. You should celebrate yourself. And The lighting can be great in some gyms, so do it.
Okay, trends and aesthetics.
Okay.
Cottagecore.
Depends on the cottagecore. I'm going to say it's like it's hot, but there's also versions of it that are a not for me. Like I like the cottagecore when it's like us girlies are popping off, getting together, and like the movie night. If it's an outdoor movie night, make it cottagey. But I don't like a cottagecore where it's like it goes too far, like folksy.
Tradwife.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm with you. Raw milk, all that.
No.
But it does like cottagecore. The simple basis of it makes me feel cozy.
Agreed. And I like a Spotify cottagecore lo-fi.
Oh, great. Yes. Coastal grandmother.
Oh, so hot. Nancy Myers, like,
love it.
Fuck me up.
Yep. We're going to the Hamptons, baby.
Yeah, I would love to make my house just feel like a fucking Nancy Myers movie.
I'm in. Y2K revival.
So, like, that would be like the inflatable chair that I had at Kiara's party. I think it's like
Turn of the century.
Fine for themes. I don't like it though like there's elements when things are inspired by that time period that I like. Okay, great. But it is kind of odd, and I'm sure the older generation had this when we were kids, but it's kind of odd watching the younger generation try to adopt things that were from our childhood when it's like, but you have the internet and you have cell phones and like there's so much that's different from it. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but
I agree. Like the fashion is not for me.
No, there's
like just wearing it on daily.
There's very few things that I do like.
Yep.
But then there's other things where I'm just like
trying too hard.
But you know what's hilarious is it just makes me think of how many times I would walk around shopping and my mom would be like, I had those pants when I was a kid, kind of thing. And now I'm like, I had that when I was a kid. I'm like, it's
1,000%.
History repeats itself, especially in fashion.
Sure
always
does.
always polling.
Okay, our last topic.
Okay.
Random and controversial.
Oh my God, you're gonna get me canceled.
No, they aren't canceled. Don't you worry. Replying to text with just a haha.
At least add a third ha.
Agreed.
It needs to be
I need to know that it was like really funny.
Yeah.
Astrology based red flags.
That's hot. Like do you mean like this person's a Gemini and I know X, Y, and Z about them? I think if there is evidence, then it's hot. If it's somebody just being like, sorry, I'm
All
always
Leos are a red flag.
Yeah, sorry, I'm always late. I'm a Leo or something like that. That's a big not.
Yep.
But if it's just like, yeah, I get, I would say astrology deciphering, hot. Astrology stereotype casting, not.
Yep.
Because
astrology generalization.
Because don't tell me I'm a Scorpio and I have like 6 freaking things in Scorpio as well. And people are like, oh yeah, you're so Scorpio. That's so Scorpio. And I'm like, I'm nothing like a Scorpio, just so you know. I'm not. They're supposed to be like, things always classify them as the people wearing leather jackets. I don't wear leather jackets. I have one leather jacket. Okay. I don't wear it that often. And they always are like, Scorpios are mysterious and private. I'm on a podcast talking about my bunions. I'm not mysterious nor private.
Correct.
Sorry.
But also we found out the other day that I share an astrology sign alignment with Reed and John.
Yeah. Tori and I are Sag moons and John and Tori are both Cancer risings.
Yep. So
she's the perfect
first, folks,
bestie for us.
Okay, taking photos of people sleeping.
So hot.
So funny.
So hot. And
Those
you know
are
what?
my favorite.
Snap away. You know, if I'm doing something silly in my sleep, snap
Hilarious.
away. I got
we love it.
a good vid. I won't say who, but a couple weeks ago got a good vid of somebody, one of the friends, snoring while they were napping on the couch, and it was really funny and so precious. It's such a gift when you get to see a friend sleep.
Yeah, it's like that thing. Did I send that to you where it's like me realizing I've never seen my best friends run at full speed?
Yeah, you did send that, and we got to do it now.
Yeah. Like, I've seen you run at full speed, but like as a child.
Yeah.
So like, it's just that funny stuff that you realize, like, I don't really ever see
Let's
that.
go see it. You know what? I don't know how fast I can go.
Me either.
Except for that time when I tried to run that really fast mile and then I threw up. Like a year ago. I made myself throw up because I wanted to get the fastest mile. And I did get it under 8 minutes, but I puked in the neighborhood.
Not worth it.
Sorry to that front
Sorry
yard.
to that bush. The very last thing is getting bangs after a breakup.
Hot. I'm going to say it. I know that's probably a controversial take.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. Fucking cut your hair. Chop it off. Cleanse. I know you're not
why
supposed
not?
to make those decisions when you're emotionally distraught, but you know what? Who is the judge of you? Who's in charge of you? Nobody but yourself. So chop them bangs.
Hair
You
grows.
might like feel like you made a horrible decision, but maybe the past 3 years were the bad decision, and this is just,
Amen.
something new to experience.
Also, if you have a good hairdresser, they'll talk through it with you, you know?
Yeah. And like, again, hair grows. And I'm saying this though as somebody who desperately wants to cut my hair short, but like I know I shouldn't because I will bitch and complain about it. But I keep being like, should I?
What did we see the other day that we were like, oh no, what if your hair looked like that? We cut it short.
What was it?
It was like a bowl cut or something that looked crazy, and it was red hair. And we were like, oh no.
I'm like, that's
It's gonna
exactly
turn out
what I'll
like
look
that.
like.
So you know what, besties? If you want to cut your hair, cut
Just
cut
do
your hair.
it.
Oh, another red flag is men thinking they get to have an opinion on their partner's hair length.
And
Like, I
no,
only like women when they have long hair. Shut the fuck up.
that's the red flag. If it's a guy saying I only like women with long hair, that's just weird.
If a man's bio said I like women only when they have long hair and I go to the gym every day, that's my worst kind of man.
Blocked.
I mean, not that because they go to the gym every day, but if they feel like they need that screams to me, I'm a fragile little hating man.
Yeah, and they're probably going to be like, why don't you go to the gym every single day?
Yes,
Or
and
like,
you
why
cut your
don't
hair
you
off?
grow
Ew.
your hair long? You know what? I have seen my husband's hair at every length, and I've loved it all.
All the way down past his butt.
What if it went that long?
I would love it.
I will say I might kind of be like these men, though, because I do tell him, don't buzz your hair. I hate when he buzzes his head. I don't like it. He looks mean.
Does he like it?
Not really. He just doesn't care.
That's my thing. I think if you knew he like loved it,
Oh,
you
yeah.
wouldn't say it. It's one thing though to be honest with someone. Like that's not the good look for you.
No, it just doesn't feel like him.
Yep.
But every other hairstyle, great.
Yeah, because my thing is like I've never seen a woman look bad with long hair or like a bob. Then if you get a little crazy, maybe get like a pixie cut or something. Not everyone's face shape is right for that. Okay, not good. But like, so like men, I'm sorry, it's not well founded why they have that opinion.
I saw this thing that was like, next time like a guy gets a haircut or something, go, oh my God, I love your pixie cut. Like, why don't we call it that?
Love that.
Why don't we call it that?
That's a good. Oh my God, fierce pixie cut.
You're brave. That's it. Like, pixie cuts are hard to pull off. That looks good.
It looks pretty good with your head shape. That's so funny. I'm doing that. Should just like walk by barbers and when men come out, be like, "Oh my God, okay, pixie cut."
Yeah, I love it. And we're not being mean.
No, because it probably
We're
actually
literally
looks
telling
good.
them that they look good.
But I think it's fun to like use terms that I feel like are typically gendered and then see what men do with it.
Yeah,
Because they literally have a pixie cut.
Like
That's what it
majority
is.
of men have pixie cuts.
Yeah, so why can they do it and women can't?
I love it. Or like when they blow dry their hair at the end, be like, "Ooh, okay, get a little blowout."
Yes.
Like,
Okay, dry bar.
yeah.
You got one of those Dyson Air Wraps at home? I see you. So good.
Wow.
Well, we took you on a wild ride today. A lot of things were hot and a lot of things were not.
I know. I'm like kind of thinking back to those celebrity ones you asked me. And yeah, not a single one was hot. And I'm sorry to those people, but that's okay.
I think I like Pete Davidson with tattoos, and I don't quite understand why he's removing all of them. Feels fierce, in a not a good way. And Timothy Chalamet's mustache is giving prepubescent, but the prepubescent energy and goofiness he has right now, I'm here for that.
So you like it?
Yeah, and maybe it's the facial hair, maybe it's not, but I feel like his silly goofiness
riz.
right now is real fun. He
no,
has good riz
seems,
right now.
He seems like such a good time. Like such a good time.
So whether
And
it's mustache or not, it's fun.
the reason I said not to Pete Davidson and the tattoos is because I don't want him to feel like he has to change himself.
I know.
And like, I hope it's not coming from a place of like shame or sadness, but also,
I worry about
you
him.
know, maybe it is a hot.
Restart.
Maybe it's a hot for him because like maybe those represent a negative time in his life. So you know what? Actually choose whatever you want to do with your body, Pete Davidson. Hot.
I feel like he went to rehab and he's really working on himself and he has a lot of trauma. Maybe you're right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hot. And you know what? Same to you, Timothy. If you like your little stubble, hot. Good for you. What were the other ones for the celebs?
Nepo babies.
Oh, not. Sorry. Well, sometimes I'm glad because I'm
They bring us
glad.
good talent, you know. Shout out to you, Gracie Abrams.
Shout out to you, Patrick Schwarzenegger. Talented guy.
Reality TV villains.
No, because that makes me think of Tom Sandoval, and I don't like him.
And then Celebrity Notes app apologies.
Oh, yeah, that's still not.
No, we don't like those things. I mean, I like reality TV villains in the way that they give me something to talk about. But they're not like
I don't want to talk about
to
them.
me.
I don't like them. I don't like them.
And charcuterie boards for dinner, ultimate girl dinner.
I had that at the picnic. That was what gave me emotional support. I ate that. Oh my god. Oh my god. We also had vegan brisket. Oh my god. I never even had a non-vegan brisket in my life. I didn't really know what that was.
Oh, so good. Did John say it tasted pretty good?
He said it was so good.
Interesting.
It had like some chimichurri on it.
Ooh, I love chimichurri.
It was.
I love a flank steak and chimichurri.
Flank steak. Wow.
All right.
This is going to be wild because this time next week we will be intercontinental. Is that the phrase? What does that mean?
Yeah. Varying continents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's what we're going to. No. Isn't that like.
Yeah. Intercontinental.
Sure. Correct us.
We're going to be
we take
across
feedback.
the pond from each other.
A big pond. The Pacific.
Weef.
And
Reed did. I said I meal prep for the week, and she was literally going to say, "Why'd you do that? We're leaving tomorrow."
Because I just think that she's my emotional support. Wait, I wonder if you did wear one of those dog vests, if I could bring you on the plane, because it's like
you're being discriminatory.
This is literally my emotional support bestie.
And they're like, please don't bring your sex kink onto this plane. And you're like, fuck off. This is my emotional support.
What? I hate that. Yeah, no, this is my. I know it's their problem. Why'd they do that?
It's a thing.
What is?
People have a kink around that.
Around what? Around emotional support dogs?
No, around one of them being a dog, and they literally will walk them around on a leash.
Oh my god!
So I'm saying they'd be really funny if they're like, please don't bring your kink onto this plane. That doesn't qualify.
I hate that. You wouldn't be on a leash, Tori. You'd just be standing next to me in a vest.
That's so funny.
And you're not a dog. You're my emotional support bestie.
I know, but something would have to distinguish me between human
a vest. No, you.
I did look it up. Intercontinental is between or among continents involving two or more continents.
Okay, cool. Because I was thinking, what's the other thing where it's called? Oh, bicoastal was what I was afraid I was saying. We're not bicoastal. Well, I mean, kind is a different coast.
Well, bicoastal though, doesn't that mean you live on both coasts?
It's like, oh, I'm bicoastal. You know, like I live in LA and New York.
Reed's bicoastal is that she's in the west coast of the United States, and then she's heading over to Sydney.
To the west coast of Australia.
Ew.
The area of Aus.
Yep. There it is.
What if I got the wrong ticket and I went to Austria and I was like, oh no, Kiara, I'm in the wrong place.
Out of here. And you're like, where are you? Like, why aren't you on the flight? And she's like, what do you mean? I'm literally in the middle of the flight right now. We're like 8 hours in and I haven't seen you. Yikes.
Wow. Well, we will still show up and we're gonna be there.
Zoom.
Yeah, we're gonna zoom, make my heart go boom, boom, boom. Supernova girl.
Xenon.
We hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Like and subscribe.
Give
us a review.
Lucky number 13.
Ruby's calling us. She needs us to end the pod.
She is. She's staring at us. We love you all. Please like, subscribe, give us 5 stars,
Send to your
comment,
friends.
send to your friends.
Like our reels. Send those to people that you
guys.
say, are you intrigued? Listen.
We might be your emotional support, but don't get us wrong. We also need a little emotional support too.
We do. And maybe some of your friends also need some of that and you don't know that they do. And we could be that for them.
Yeah, man. Okay, well,
Have fun down under.
thank you so much. I'm going to try to get an Australian accent. Don't know if it's possible, but we'll
I
give
can't
it a
wait to hear
shot.
it. It's going to be good.
Okay, kids. Have a great week.
We love you,
and We love
besties.
you all.
Feral
Jesus
on
Christ,
Jesus
Matthew.
Christ, Matthew.